We have Reshiram with Fusion Fire in Pokemon Go. Is it going to be worth your time, effort, energy, and resources to power up, to use for PvP, as a meta attacker, and so forth? Because today we're going to break down all that. And if you guys do need more raid battles, check the pinned comments below, get into the Discord, or check the Patreon. We're going to be running some competitions over there because we have Reshiram, followed by Zekrom, Regice, not sure why we need that Pokemon, but then we also have Tapu Koko coming in the shiny form at the end of the month. So these shinies are coming in heavy this month from raid battles. I'm excited about that. And we also have a mega that is not going to be announced yet, coming January 10th through the 18th, and my guess is that it's going to be Mega Diancie, but we will see because it looks like it's pairing up with a fairy event. So with this said, we have Fusion Fire coming to Reshiram, which is why this video is so important to see. Is it going to be better than Overheat, or is it going to be worse? And then does that mean that we go after this Pokemon? So here we go with Reshiram. It is a dragon and a fire type Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to max out at 4.565, so yes, it is very high up there. It has an attack of 275, a defense of 211, and a stamina of 205, so this Pokemon is definitely well-rounded here. It's going to have 3 weaknesses, which are going to be Rock, Ground, and Dragon. I know some of you guys may be like, why is Fairy not a weakness because it's a dragon? Well, actually, Fire resists Fairy, Dragon is weak to Fairy, so now we have it being neutral to Fairy here. It is going to have a double resistance to Fire and Grass, single resistance to Bug, Electric, as well as Steel, so not a ton of resistances here, but it does look pretty good, being that it is only weak to 3 things. And obviously, it does have a shiny, and the shiny is just the change in the neck rings from gray into gold. This Pokemon also has movesets that are going to be as follows. It has Fire Fang as well as Dragon Breath for its fast moves. And as far as its charge moves, it's going to get Stone Edge, Draco Meteor, Overheat, as well as Crunch. And now it's going to be getting Fusion Fire, which is a signature move. And I'm actually really excited about these signature moves because it gives me more hope coming for Kyogre as well as Groudon, especially for the Hoenn because these Pokemon do deserve their signature moves, and they do deserve, even though they're very strong, to be a little bit stronger than they currently are, especially since Garchomp is beating out, man, I cannot believe it, the Groudon. And then also for the Kyogre can get beat out by the Swampert, which is quite crazy and definitely not where those Pokemon are intended to be. All right, so now let's check out the ER, which is going to be a better version of DPS times TDO. Just think of it the same way, the tankiness and the attackness of this Pokemon, but it's now more calibrated to be more accurate. However, it does not give us it in the thousands, it gives us in the tens. So here we go, checking out Fusion Fire, because this Pokemon's moveset is going to have a PvP energy of 90, and then as far as the PvE, which is the meta attacker standpoint, is going to have an attack value of 140, but using these stat combinations may be better than Overheat, which does have a power of 160. So let's check out this Pokemon against itself. Is Fusion Fire going to be better than Overheat? And starting off at the top, Fire Fang and Fusion Fire is going to have an ER value at 46.63, the strongest moveset that Reshiram can get in Pokemon Go, followed by the Dragon Breath combination of this move at 44.23, in combination of Fire Fang and Overheat at 43.81, so it's approximately 3 points higher, which doesn't seem like a ton, but that's pretty significant right there. And then we have the Draco Meteor coming in there, and then if you do want to see the all-dragon Reshiram, Dragon Breath Draco Meteor at 41.42, which does have a lot of competition in the dragon category, with the Stone Edge combination 37.53, and then with Crunch at 34.32. So looking at this moveset right off the bat, it's pretty impressive that this Pokemon Fusion Fire moveset is going to be even stronger than Overheat, and Overheat is already a very strong moveset here. So now we want to check it out in the fire category, and then we're also going to check it out in the dragon category to see where it's well ranked, and then we will move on to PvP. So let's start off with the fire category, the most impactful one that is going to be affected by Fusion Fire in Pokemon Go right now. Sitting at the top, we have the consistent Mega Charizard Y, Fire Spin and Blast Burn at 5191. This Pokemon is extremely strong, the best fire type in the game, and may stay as the best fire type in the game until the rest of the game's eternity. We will see there. Mega Blaziken is going to be 51.65, slightly lower, but remember the counter in Blast Burn, even though it won't be dual effective against most Pokemon, will be above the Mega Charizard Y in the ER value, but Owl Fire, the Mega Charizard has it. But then in the third spot, first non-Mega, even including Shadows, it is above, with the Reshiram, Fire Fang, and Fusion Fire at 46.63, even stronger than Mega Charizard X, which is quite crazy, stronger than Shadow Entei at 44.12, than Shadow Ho-Oh with Sacred Fire Plus at 43.85, stronger than Shadow Moltres at 43.72, Mega Houndoom, Shadow Charizard, and Ho-Oh. And if you guys do want to go see the second page here and see other Pokemon that are just regular legendaries such as Entei, Moltres, and others, you can check them out right here. So pretty impressive for this brand new moveset for this Pokemon. It is stronger than the Shadow legendaries in Pokemon Go. Imagine if this Pokemon ever does get a Shadow form. It is going to be insanely strong. Stronger than both of those Megas, for sure. However, right now, wow, very impressive. Fusion Fire is taking over the top as the the #1 recommended moveset for fire for this Pokemon, and it is a definitely recommendation from me to be able to go after this Pokemon. But if you already have the 100% IV, in my opinion, it's much easier to just Elite TM that than it is to go after rating for this Pokemon, even though I do love the Reshiram and I will be rating for it because I just like the shiny. I think it's a great Pokemon, and Fire Fang wrecks when you are using this Pokemon against weak to fire Pokemon for Rocket Leaders, Rocket Grunts, and other Pokemon. But let's also take into account that Mega Mewtwo is not a fire type and has Flamethrower, so let's check this out too. At the top, remember like I said, Mega Blaziken 52.4, Mega Charizard Y actually not too far behind there, but Eternidus is going to have Flamethrower at a 50.9, Mega Mewtwo Y and X are going to be above here at 50.84 and 49.22. Mega Garchomp has Fire Blast in there at 47.35, and then we have the Reshiram at 46.63. So I think this might actually be one of the only categories, if the only category, that the Megas stand up higher than does the Mega Mewtwo with the same typing moveset, which is extremely impressive. But Reshiram is still really up there, even though there are a couple Pokemon in their Mega forms that do get fire moves that will outrank it. So with that said, now let's check it out in the Dragon category. In the Dragon category, we have the Mega Garchomp at the top at 55.41, Dragon Tail Outrage being the most effective moveset for a meta attacker. Rayquaza comes in next at 54.84. Then we have the Eternidus with the 53.21 with Dragon Pulse. So if that Pokemon ever does get a better moveset, it's extremely strong. Mega Salamence, Dragon Tail Outrage, 50.79, also not out yet. We have the Black Kyurem, not out yet, 49.55. We have the Shadow Salamence, which is out yet, which is the #1 Dragon attacker in the game with Dragon Tail Outrage at 49.28. Mega Latios, Shadow Dragonite in there, Mega Latias, Shadow Latios, and then if we go to the next page, the Reshiram, it is actually in the 14th spot available overall right now at a 41.42. So while this Pokemon is not the most effective Dragon Pokemon, it is still very effective as a Dragon Pokemon. However, the most effective moves for this Pokemon are going to be the fire. So now let's check it out in PvP. Does Overheat take the cake, or is Fusion Fire going to be over the top? In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 264, but it does include Overheat there. Is that a bad sign for this Pokemon's moveset? We don't know yet, but for the Master League, it is going to be ranked 18th overall with the moveset combination of Dragon Breath, Fusion Fire, and Draco Meteor. So there you have it. This Pokemon's moveset is an A+ from me. Great addition to the game. I'm extremely excited to see some of these Pokemon's movesets coming out and making them more effective in their deserved categories and making them even stronger than I think they already have been, because these Pokemon, as some of the top legendaries in the game, do deserve to be that strong. So that's going to do it, guys. Jump into the Discord, get into that Patreon. Excited to launch a shiny contest in Pokemon Go. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level. And see you guys out on the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and rating all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.